you're down by multiple possessions, you've got to put something together. The last thing you can do is turn it over because that clock is not your friend.
He got it! That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's going to score. Touchdown, North Carolina!
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Fires to the big fella. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw on 1st down. On the run, still looking. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Looking downfield on 1st down. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Raymond. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Looking to fire. Plucks it out of the air. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game. But the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Makes the grab. It's Norton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Carr. Got out of trouble and throws. Oh, he makes the catch. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's caught. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. back to pass. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here for Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see, the UConn Huskies taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Huskies offense will have the first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Dropping back, it's McDonald. Grabbed over the middle, it's Parker. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. So North Carolina's offense will have its first possession of the game. They're led by a sensational signal caller, and Jesse, one thing every elite quarterback knows is where to find the weak spot in the secondary. And there might be a few of them there.
Yeah, there's no mystery where this quarterback is going to be throwing the football and who's going to be trying to pick on. They knew coming into this game this was going to be the matchup they want to take advantage of. Now, David, the defense and their coordinator are going to have to find creative ways to help out this cornerback and use safety coverage over the top, some zone, try and get him as many doubles as they can, but you can't double cover all game long. This guy's going to be on an island from time to time, and you know that's when the quarterback's going to go after.
And I was about to say, dude, I'm not giving you that opportunity. I'm not putting him on an island. I'm going to use zone coverages. I'm going to try to hide him as much as I can. You see this all the time. You know you're at a deficiency. How do you mask it? How do you hide it? If he goes one-on-one on an island, that's a bad job calling defense.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time. Big man has it, it's a first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense. Great in the tackle for a loss on first down.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, we saw earlier in the game after not getting it on third, going for it on fourth down and having success. So you got to wonder, after that incompletion, are they going to try that again and stay aggressive here on fourth?
And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Offense is stopped. Will be determined on downs.
Holds and fires complete to the right.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The play action fake. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. To the air, it's McDonald. Caught over the middle, it's Burton. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do.
He's loose.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Just feeds the running back. They make the tackle, but they'll move the chains, and it's a first down for UConn. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. The give, and he's looking for room behind the left tackle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. UConn quick to the line. To the air on second down. Got it in the middle, it's Porter. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw. Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Huskies. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game. But defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB's looking for.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Culliver. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the ground with the back. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Running back searching for a hole. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. Got a man, it's Burton. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, UConn! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Culliver. To the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Lopez wants to fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quick strike complete. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Tar Heels are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
The Tar Heels are on the move. They'll try the right side. Creates a little space. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Wants to go up top. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
The sweet feet buy a little time. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. That's the last thing this defense needed, a penalty to keep the drive moving. It's 1st and 10. Quick completion on the out. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. They'll run it. It's Lewis. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. It's complete. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Motion from the back. Lopez to pass. Touchdown, UNC! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Just one of those mistakes. It can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Hand off from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. UConn will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A low line drive and short kick. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Shipp. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And the Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Lopez wants to fire. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tar Heels!
Man, that is picture perfect. Execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking for a crease, it's Flowers. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Parker. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Burton. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted deep in his own end. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen. And it's been a hard-fought battle today. 2 teams out there playing ball and treating this crowd to a memorable first half. Seems to me, and I know I'm going to sound like a coach here, the team that limits turnovers and strings together productive drives is going to be the one celebrating a well-earned victory today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Kenan Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lopez to pass. Still looking on the move. Gets rid of it. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Scrambling away. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fleming. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down. The Tar Heels are flying down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Yeah, and you could tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. This is one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but keyword being after the catch.
And the Tar Heels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Lewis. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple yards there.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Got the back over the middle. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Lopez wants to fire. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. 1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Tar Heels had tough field position to start this drive, but they... Touchdown, North Carolina! They take the lead with the 6.
What a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UConn offense goes back to work. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Caught over the middle. It's Bolden. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down. Now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
right back to the well. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. UConn quick to the line.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down.
It's a running room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. They get to the line quickly.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play call. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
It's caught downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Back to throw, it's McDonald. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Pulls it and fires to the left. It's a seam wide open. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The give to the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And it slips just inside that right upright. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Blocked those heels at the 10 and didn't go backwards. He makes the fair catch there. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air, showing the arm strength to the left. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And that's a really good play. That's a bomb. That's thrown way down the field. A lot of time for me to do what? Get a little bit handsy, get my hands, force a PI, stayed calm, did a nice job staying the course, got his hand on the football for the deflection.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tar Heels are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's McDonald. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Flowers. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And the Huskies want to pick up the tempo. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, UNC! How about this defense taking one back to the house? With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. A lot of we ares inside that stadium today. Penn State is running away with things, and that offense looks unstoppable. They're up by 17 over Buffalo. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off play action. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the fourth quarter, and you're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw the football. They're taking wider splits.
Looking deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, UConn. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You could see he runs underneath it.
And the quarterback is sacked. Big play by the defense that is probably going to be wiped out by that penalty flag. I think they jumped offside. Fair catch will be made just inside his own 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Lopez to pass. Finds his tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, this offense would take shots. They know they have targets that can fly and push down the field vertically. Nice job in coverage there.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
It did look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
Wants to throw again. This time he's got it. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Tar Heels will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Lopez wants to fire. They get to him as he throws. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. And they'll get him down after a solid return. The offense has a chance, down one possession in the fourth. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Parker. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time, likely their final drive. Grabbed behind the line, it's Flowers. He stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. To have any chance to pull this game out, they have to convert on fourth down here late in the fourth. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They're dealing with a second and long. Handoff to the single back. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
Looking for a push on fourth down. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tar Heel. And they take it in for 6 more points. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air, it's McDonald. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Slips away. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's going up top here late in the game. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Headed to the end zone. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Dances away. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback, and you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Scanning the field, it's McDonald. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And the pass is incomplete, and this ball game comes to a close. Well, these guys have gotten off to a great start, getting out of the gate 3-0. Jesse, do we have a contender on our hands?
I know it's early, Reese, but this looks like a team right now that could be in that college football playoff discussion come year's end. They've got the playmakers. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. They've overcome some tests early, David. I know it's a long season, but they at least look like they're for real.
They definitely look the part. They look like they're for real. But you know what happens throughout a season. You lose momentum, and injury happens. So they're definitely one of those teams we're going to continue to talk about. But
it.